Hey guys, how's it going? Jack Keating here from Fins and Fur Outdoors, and today we're doing a super unboxing. I got the package right here. It's the ultimate box from iFlies. I've never gotten this before, so I'm super excited to see what's all in it and what we got this time. I think they put all sorts of products from Loon Outdoors to tacky, fly box and stuff, so let's get underway. Open the package. Usually they send it in little tins. This feels like a big tin type deal. I've never seen them before, so we'll have to see. Dang. So what you got is basically a big, huge tin that says iFlies Co. Hashtag iFlies. Fly fishing subscription box. Follow on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, everything. And Instagram for sure. So what we got, again, this huge tin opens up like this. And let's see what we got. Dang. So we got a fish pond. It looks like a net holder. Flotation floatant bottle holder. So if you need some floatant, liquid floatant, dry floatant, anything you need there for your dry flies while you're fishing outdoors, fishing in the rivers, you know, your dry fly gets a little too soaked, you can always need this right there on your hip, on your backpack or your waist pack to put that floating on. The next is we got this Henry's Sink It from Loon Outdoors. And I don't know if you can see that, maybe, but it's a wetting agent, sinks large streamers and woolly buggers fast. Biodegradable, hypophilic properties attract water. So basically all this is going to do is going to make those streamers and woolly buggers that you want to sink be able to sink, because if you've used them before straight dry, you're going to know that they like to sit on the top a little bit and they don't sink as fast as you want them to. But the Sink It will help you do that, especially when you're tying flies, so you can make them ready to go for right when you get outdoors. The next stuff, we got a bunch of stuff from Loon Outdoors and Fish Pond, and these are good products, guys. I mean, you won't get stuff like this. I've never seen it. Any other fly box, post flies, anything like that. So, and then the next we got is BioStrike, a putty strike indicator. I've never seen this before either. It looks pretty cool though. It must just be a little putty you can put on your line and use as a strike indicator. Huh. Wet fingers and remove BioStrike from container. That's pretty cool. You just put it right on there and you're ready to rumble. And the other thing we got, before we get into the flies, because along with this ultimate pack, you get, along with the monthly flies, you get all this other great stuff, which I mean is an insanely good deal. And we got a diamond sharpener. So this can be used for your knives, your fishing hooks, your fly hooks. I mean, before you're tying up some flies, you're going to want to be using this to sharpen up your hooks, make sure they're good and ready to go. So when you're fishing outside, you can get those good hook sets, get those fish hooked, and get the job well done. And then moving right on to the flies, we got the Trout Package again. And so this is what they send us. A little overview of all the flies that are in there. About 10 flies. iFlies subscription box on the back. And it's a really nice card, all laminated and stuff. Moving right into the flies. Their traditional box. As you can see, I know if you've seen our other videos, you know what they look like. And I don't know if you can see that. But, so we got 10 flies, sorry. And so, let's check them out. The first one we got here is called the Black Spider. And it looks like just a pretty small hook, but it looks pretty neat. I mean, it's got a little bit of feathers on the front, a little bit of a body. It looks like you'd throw that obviously is a spider mimic, but it looks like it'd be good for some mountain trout, mountain stream trout, or anything like that. The next thing we got is Montana Red. And this has a nice body to it, nice red on the front of it that you can be able to see, and it'll probably get those fish a little wound up. And then a little bit of tail on it that I like a lot too. And so that'll definitely get those fish to see it. And it's got the feathers along the bottom here and not on the top, which I find is pretty interesting. But it's so that the bug looks more like it has legs, which will definitely attract those trout as well. And then we got the, maybe if I can get it out, the Petey Grub. And this guy looks like a pretty dang good, this is a good looking fly. It looks almost like a nymph, and I'll tell you what, this would be a great lead fly if you're fishing some more hesitant trout, hesitant fish. You're going to want a lead fly to lead the trailer fly that might be smaller, that those fish will more likely to eat, because they don't want the big stuff that they see all the time. They want the small stuff. But that's a well-tied fly, quality hooks on them, and overall I'm very happy with these products. Next thing we got is the Okie Dokie. This one's got a little bit of orange on the top, which I find is pretty cool. It's like a little bit of an emerger fly, but it's got a bead head on it. Nice body with silver or lead around it. I like that a lot. And the orange will definitely let you be able to see that fly a lot while it's going through the water. And then we got the Henry's Fork Stonefly. And this, I think this would be great pretty much anywhere. I mean, you could play it as, it looks like almost like an elk hair caddis, hopper. I mean, this is just an all-around good-looking fly that can mimic a lot of bugs out there in your water. Then we got the Universal Wet, is what they call this one. And kind of like that last one, it's gonna kind of be your universal fly. I mean, it's got some top on it, makes it look like it has wings. It's got a tail on it. It's got this underbelly, which is gonna make it look like it's got some legs on it, and a nice body on it that actually has some green wire, which I think is pretty cool because I've never seen green wire before on a fly, but that's neat. And then we got the Sulfur Emerger, maybe. Ooh. There we go. Interesting. So it's definitely going to be a emerger fly. It's a light looking fly. It's got a white tuff on top, and it looks like a beautiful fly. It's got a little feather tail, dubbing on the front, green dubbing, and it looks like it'd be a great fly to trail behind. You know, a bigger nymph, the stone fly, or anything like that. It looks like a really good fly for a trail fly for those finicky trout. The next thing we're going to go into is going to be the orange blob. And this is a pretty neat looking fly. I've never seen one like this, but this could definitely, replicate either eggs. You could try replicating eggs with it, or you could definitely use this for carp as well. I mean, from fly fishing for carp before, I've definitely, I've seen them hit corn flies and things like that. And this looks a little bit like a corn fly. You could try throwing that for carp and see what happens. But this could also be a lead fly, a little just to get their attention, and then the trout will look for other things and be more aware of food and its surroundings, and maybe try and go for your trailing fly. But that's a pretty cool fly. And then we're going to look right into the shrimper, is what they call it. And it actually has a little casing on the top of it, which is pretty neat. And it has a bead head on it, copper wire around the body, and you guys probably can't see it, but it's got feathers on the bottom. Obviously, if you've ever seen a shrimp, this looks exactly like it with the legs on the bottom. Great mimicking fly for that. And so that's a pretty neat one. And then the final fly is called the black gnat. And this will be good for mimicking any of those mosquitoes, gnats, any of those little bugs out there that be sitting kind of on the top water, checking things out, because those trout will definitely like eating those, especially if there's a bunch of them hatching around. And you can definitely hook some nice trout with this. So that's all for this iFlies Ultimate box. With this box you get your flies, your fish pond gear, your Loon Outdoors, your hook sharpener. You know, you get a ton of great products for a very simple price. I mean, this I feel like is the way to go, because with any other products I don't think you're going to get fish pond, two pieces of gear from Loon Outdoors. I've seen them have in other Ultimate boxes, tacky fly fishing box, tacky fly boxes, and so this is pretty awesome. I mean, no complaints here. There's nothing to complain about, nothing you could complain about, because if you went out and bought this stuff on its own, you'd be paying a lot more than you would be paying for just the fly box, especially just the Loon Outdoors and the fish pond stuff by itself. But overall, guys, go subscribe to these guys. Go, if anything, check them out on Instagram, check them out on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you want to check them out on. Go to their website. They have all sorts of gear on there too, for fly tying and everything like that. So go check these guys out, see what they got. You know, if anything, give them a chance, give them a 1-month subscription, and check them out. That's all I recommend to you guys. So thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night. Jack signing off. Thank you.